there's no greater feeling than to live life on your terms. And part of living in a car or living as a nomad is that freedom of deciding not just your location, but having more control over various aspects of your life, financially, emotionally, again, geographically. And that's an empowering thing. And I think the human needs to be empowered. I think empowerment comes through confidence. So, if you're starting to live on the road and you're just in the beginning, I've done videos how over time you'll build your confidence. Now, over time, you will also, if you stay in this lifestyle for a year plus, you also get burnt out on the road. And that's fine because it is a transitional lifestyle for most people. They're just trying to find maybe where they want to live, or they just want to travel and see different places. But for some full-time nomads that have made this a complete lifestyle, I tell you, stay on the road as long as you can. And why? Why should you do that? So you can keep control of your life. You can stay empowered. The mortgage doesn't control you. The landlord doesn't control you. Your parents don't control you. Society, in one sense, doesn't control you. Look, there's rules of the game you have to play. You have to do things legally, properly. And like I always share with you guys, if you find a nice home base that's below your means, or if you're no longer healthy enough to live on your own, or you're getting older, or something happens and you need to change your setup, then do what you need to do. I will. If I find something that I find is more empowering to me, then I'll do it. But right now, for me, I like the control I have of living in my car. And it's more control than living in an RV. An RV, you lose control. A travel trailer, you lose control over how many locations you can go to, because a travel trailer kind of ensures you'll have to be at campgrounds most of the time. A motorhome, you lose a little bit of control because you lose your fuel efficiency. You're not going to be able to DoorDash. You're not going to be able to travel as cheap. And, there's a higher maintenance to a motorhome. And, there's no greater feeling, no greater efficiency than car or SUV living. It's greater than van life. However, there's a greater sacrifice. Whether it's temperature control or lack of being able to stand up. Again, the Prius and electric vehicles, they solve the temperature control problem. And I really like the hybrid or electric vehicles, especially, I've been looking at the electric vehicles. It solves climate control because you can run your AC off the electric battery, and you can stay at a charging station, and you can stealth camp there. So, I don't know. Everyone has a different way, and I can't say this lifestyle is for everyone, but I could say what it is. It's an empowering lifestyle. And there's a reason why people who live in their house, they watch people who live a nomadic life, because it's something special about it. It's not glorious all the time. It's not fun all the time, but it's freeing, okay? It's empowering. And that's why you should do it as long as you can. As long as you can maintain your health, physically and mentally, as long as you can maintain an income, some type of job, whether you're going to work remote or DoorDash or whatever. And as long as, you can stay the course on your goals, and have some goals when you hit the road. My goals are, maximize financial empowerment to be able to retire early, even if I don't. And so, getting an RV, in one sense, may put those goals on the back burner. So define your goals so that when you're tempted to upgrade a vehicle, you only do it if it makes sense. If you're tempted to buy a home base, you'll only do it if it's really the area you want. You've really researched it. You can produce an income there. Don't get off the road until you found something, not just that'll relieve you in a moment of frustration, but that will align with your long-term goals. Long-term goals require patience, discipline. Yes, you need luck, but you really need patience, discipline, incremental steps, and all those things. And, after I get done with maybe a frustrating day, I go back to feeling empowered, behind the wheel of an efficient automobile that I could sleep comfortably in at night, that I can have many opportunities as far as not being on the hook to other people financially, not being so stressed out about the economics of life. I know Gail, one of my viewers, did a video about how, look, sometimes just living in your vehicle, just the fact that, you can go and eat out or be in Starbucks or whatever, it's, you don't have to think about it twice, And I don't know, I just like low commitments. I like maximum freedom. And I like the car or SUV life because there's some entanglements that come with RVs that just are not as freeing. Excuse me. Hopefully that's clear, but the sun's in my thing. So, what's your age, what's your health, what's your goals? Those are things you'll have to ask yourself before you get on the road. Those are things you'll have to ask yourself when you're tempted to get off the road. Exit strategy is key when you live in your vehicle, but just remember, a home won't necessarily make you happy. It'll just give you more stability. What do you need in your life to achieve your goals? Do you need stability? Do you need flexibility? Nothing more flexible than living in a vehicle, especially a car or SUV, nothing more. I've looked at every type of RV, teardrop, Class B van, everything. And what I could tell you, nothing beats car or SUV living as far as maximum flexibility. And for me, a middle-aged man that has certain goals, flexibility is my number one asset that I want to keep as long as I can. And that's what keeps me on the road. And that's why I recommend you stay on the road as long as you can. If all those things align and they keep you on the path to what your objectives are. Like that, there used to be a commercial about retirement, like stay on the path of, whatever they were pumping, whether it's index funds or whatever. It's like, I don't tell people invest in whatever you want, but I just tell people, what are your goals, and, stay the course, obviously, but be flexible, right? I mean, things changed and I just like to feel empowered. I think the human has a need to feel empowered. I think you need your confidence. I think you need the grace of God. I think you need a level of planning, research, and knowledge. But I think you should stay on the road as long as you can, because why give that up? Unless you're giving it up because, it's wise, health reasons why, age-wise, or it's wise, whatever, for your own goals. But don't do it for the sake of doing it. There's a lot to be said, okay, for what you have as a nomad. And what you have is the most freedom and flexibility in this world. What you have is the opportunity to reinvent your life on a daily basis, to have fun, creative goals, to focus on yourself, and to have minimal distractions and maximum enjoyment with a level of discipline, focus, and drive. So that's what keeps me on the road, and that's what I would share for anyone who would think about getting on the road. So if you appreciate this video, I appreciate if you click the thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, click the blue join button. Not only will you get unlimited live chat access, but you get a custom badge, custom emojis, and I really appreciate those who support the channel. Thank you. Love to you. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Keep pushing forward. Do the best you can. Take life one day at a time. Take care of yourself and go from there. Peace.